Hello, hello, hello. How are we? We are back. Come on, back with the stream. So excited for this one. I know there's been loads of discussion about Gino Pozzo, Duxbury, the transfer window, the state of our club, and I'm with you on all of that. But today we focus on the football, we focus on the match, and we're taking on Wrexham at the Racecourse Ground. Hopefully you can see me, hopefully you can hear me. Do let me know in the live chat. I can see loads of you here already. RS, VJ, Jack, Harry, what's up Watford? Hope you're well, buddy. Oliver Sharp, best Watford channel on the planet this. Thank you very much. George Parker's here. Josh Lewis, hope you're well, Josh. Ryan's here, Hobby Town, loads of you here. Great to see, and I'm really looking forward to this match today. Now, I've got the team. The bench is looking pretty bare, I'm not going to lie. But we'll begin with the Watford starting 11. We've got Federico Ravaglia in goal. I was quite impressed with him against Southampton. Omar Traore at right back, Matty Pollock and Kevin Caben, the only two centre-backs, which means they start in this one. Jordan Zamora comes in at left back. Hector Cipriano and Eduardo Bove make up our two deeper lying midfielders. Ika Bravo just ahead in the 10. On the left-hand side, our Moroccan magician of Mane Mama. On the right, Amin Nabizada. And up front, Luca Kiramgard. So a couple of interesting calls. I wasn't expecting Ika Bravo to start, actually, given the press conference we saw from Dionisi prior to the game. I thought he might go with a bit more physicality, maybe Martin Piero or Edu Kayembe in that 10 position. He's stuck with Ika Bravo. And also, the most controversial call today, I think we have to say, is the decision to start Luca Kiramgard. Now, if there's any Luca fans in chat, feel free to say hello. I'd love to hear from you if you're a Kiramgard fan. But I just felt after his performance against Southampton and the work he put in, yeah, disappointed not to see Mamadou Doumbia in this one. We're just waiting for the teams to come out at the racecourse. A sold out away end. The Wrexham fans look to be in fine voice. They've got their nice shirts on as well. And I do wonder if potentially at some point the camera will pan to Ryan Reynolds in the director's box. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I've got a stream on in front of me. I've just recognised someone I know in the away end as well. Good to see them there. Can see and hear you, James. Thank you very much. Johnny Williams. Hello, Johnny. Hi from a sunny Whitley Bay. Come on, you Orns. Josh says, hope you're doing well too. I really am. Assuming we'll be playing on the front foot with Luca up top. It's hard to see what Mama did wrong. I mean, I assume Dionisi just wants to see what Luca is like in a proper game of football. The Crawley Town match, no disrespect to them, was pretty easy in terms of the number of chances we created. So, yeah, let's see what Luca can do. I don't hate the guy. I want him to do well. My personal choice, though, of course, would have been to start with Mamadou Doumbia. Jeffrey is here. Hi, James. Hi, Jeffrey. Hope you're good. Dionisi is out on the pitch. He looks ready to go, wearing a t-shirt and some nice fitted trousers there. Ryan Reynolds is indeed in attendance. They've just panned to him in the director's box. Yeah, looking forward to it. I do enjoy playing Wrexham. It was a good game last year. If memory serves me right, it ended 2-2. Doumbia and Mama with the goals. So, yeah, hoping for a replication of this. And I think most of us in chat, if we're being honest here, would take a draw away from home. And that sets up, of course, you know, a great tie against West Ham at Vicarage Road next weekend. And before that, we play Peterborough United in the Carabao Cup as well. So a 3-game week ahead of us. And it's really going to be a big test of the squad and well, I say the depth we've got. We don't have any depth. I mean, when you look at that Watford bench, let me just go through it again. We've got Dan Bachman, Vata, Doumbia, Piero, Kayembe. After that, we're looking at Michael Adepoku, Ramirez Espan, James Claridge, and Albert Eames. So reinforcement certainly needed urgently. And hopefully the bench today will send that message to the hierarchy. No Imran loser once again, which is interesting. Clearly, he wants to move on. The club want him to move on to bring in the finances and get his wages off the book. Where he'll go to, you know, that we'll have to wait and see. I know there's interest from Paris FC, Adam Jury at the Watford Observer suggesting that he might be off to the Middle East imminently, potentially to a club in Saudi Arabia. I think Al Ittihad, is that how you say it? I think they're the club being touted for Imran Loser. So, yeah, interested to see where he'll go. Oliver says, any news on Antonio? Need him in a game like this? No news other than, from what I gather, he's still in training. I think Dionisi has confirmed that in a press conference recently as well. So, if he's the only number 9 we can bring in, Oliver, I think we have to take it. I can't see Watford going out and spending any transfer fee at all on a player for the rest of the window. I think any incomings that do arrive will probably come from Udinese. And if Antonio is in the building and doing well and is well liked by the squad and will fit in, I think you have to go for it, don't you? That's my opinion anyway. We're not left with many other choices. The teams are out on the pitch. They're lining up on the halfway line. And yeah, we're nearly ready to go here in North Wales. In our dreams, Oliver. In our dreams. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, I enjoyed the Premier League last night. I watched the Arsenal Coventry match. Coventry looking really poor in that, but is there much surprise? They're playing the reigning champions. And then Hull City today, this afternoon. What a surprise result that was, beating Manchester United by 2-0. So yeah, there's been a few shock results already. Portsmouth getting a good victory away at Lincoln. Yeah, I'm glad football's back. I did miss it. Josh says, thoughts on Luke Wolfenden from Coventry. Didn't get into their squad last night. I think he's injured, Josh. I saw a couple of Watford fans suggest this on social media, but from what I gather, he does have a slight injury, and that's why he was left out of the squad. But I would take him, absolutely. Whether Watford can afford a permanent transfer or a loan, let's see. But it's a good shout for sure. If I'm slightly too loud as well, do let me know. I can always turn up and turn down my my microphone. All right, let's get the timer ready to go. Put the AirPod in so I can hear the match commentary. And yeah, Kiefer Moore, a dangerous player. I remember him in the Premier League with Bournemouth, and I felt he was underused there, and he took his goal superbly well against Cardiff City on Monday night. Wrexham in the opening 25 minutes, half an hour, looked good. Cardiff grew into it. Ruben Colwill scored that banger of a free kick late on, but it's going to be a tough test today. They've got Nous, physicality, and most importantly, Wrexham have a lot of championship experience in their squad, which Watford do lack in a lot of areas. Jordan Zamora on camera at the moment. He's making his first start today. And we've kicked off at the racecourse. Let's get the timer underway. Here we go. Excited. I'm excited. We're back. We're back. I can't wait. Ugh. And here's Marma early on, over on the left-hand side. Wrexham back in possession now. Watford win it back quickly. And here comes Mama. Poor touch from him. Ollie Rathbone, dangerous player. Let's go through the Wrexham team, actually. I've got it on my phone in front of me. Anthony Patterson in goal. They paid a big transfer fee for him from Sunderland. I think he cost about £8 million, their new goalkeeper. So, yeah, they've got money to spend for sure. Thynham, Dominic Hyam, he joined from Blackburn last summer. Callum Doyle, a quality player. Danny Imre, the right-back signing from Crystal Palace. Ben Whiteman's in there. He's been linked with Watford before. Lewis O'Brien, Thomason, Rathbone, Broadhead, and Kiefer Moore. So, look, that Wrexham team is quality. I'm not going to deny that. They should be beating us today, in my opinion. But if Watford can maintain that first half performance, that first 45 minutes we saw against Southampton, we should be capable of competing with most teams in this division. My concern is, of course, when it gets to October, November, December, when there's 3 games a week for a long time and injuries start to accrue, I do think we'll struggle unless we see kind of significant back-in and reinforcements in this last couple of weeks of the window. And yeah, Wrexham playing a back 5 today, which is interesting. Looks like they've got 3 centre-backs on the pitch. Referee just speaking to our new right-back, Omar Traore here. I think Traore had gone slightly too far up the pitch when trying to take his throw. And there's a few new rules in the Championship to consider as well this season that are brought in from the World Cup. Goalkeepers, I believe, only have 5 seconds to release the ball and kick it away. The same applies to throw-ins as well. I think substitutions, they have to leave the pitch within 10 seconds. So hopefully all of these changes in time will speed up the game and lead to less boring matches, less time with the ball out of play. That would be nice. And yeah, great following in that away end. The camera just focused on those Watford fans at the moment. Over 1,200 of you in North Wales today, which is really nice to see. A long old journey, and I know there was a few train cancellations as well. Wrexham in possession. That's a lovely ball in behind. Great chance here for Wrexham. And Matty Pollock with a crucial block. Nabazada trying to get it clear there. And Ika Bravo does so well. And off Mane Marma in loads of space on this left-hand side. Driving forward. Here's Marma still. Edge of the box. Nabazada now. Gets a shot away, and it's saved by Anthony Patterson. A tame one in the end, but nice to see Nabazada having a pop. And what a goal it was from him as well against Southampton. I was so hyped, so pleased to see that go in the back of the net. And I felt initially as well, when he was making that run last week, I thought the angle was probably slightly too tight. I was expecting him to cut it back across goal for someone else in the box, but he took it on and he found the far corner. It was incredible. So pleased for him. And whilst Kwadwo Bar is out injured, I think it's his place to keep unless we bring in a Nestri Irankunda replacement, which at the moment doesn't seem likely. There's nothing on the horizon. You know, Nabazada should be a starter over on that right flank, in my opinion. So nice to see him get that goal. Watford sloppy in possession here. Rathbone picks it back up. We've gifted them this opportunity. And Imre wins Wrexham their first corner of the game. Yeah, £6 million signing from Crystal Palace, Danny Imre. Jordan Zamora furious with himself there. Off Mane Marma, getting back to help. But Wrexham win themselves a corner. 5 minutes played here. Oh, Ravaglia does well. High claim from him. Looking to distribute it quickly. Oliver says, swear I always wear a white t-shirt. Is it a lucky thing? I just like white t-shirts, Oliver. What can I say? There's nothing more to it. Is it a lucky thing? I don't think so. But if that's what you're suggesting, maybe I should continue it. Who knows? Here's Nabazada driving forward. Good strength there from Nabazada to get past his man. Ball whips in. Luka Kiram guards there. His Mama. Bravo now. Oh, tell you what, that's a half chance for Watford, you know. Oh. Yeah, really nice cross from Nabazada, that. We do look dangerous going forward. I do think Wrexham will dominate the ball. But on the counter, with Mama, Nabazada, Bravo, I think we could create something here. Pollock clears, goes out for another Wrexham corner, this time on the other side. Make sure to subscribe if you're new around here as well. Hopefully trying to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be absolutely lovely. So yeah, totally free to do. Hit the button down below and don't forget to give us a thumbs up on the stream as well. Here come Wrexham. Ball comes in really out to the far post there. Watford trying to get out. Thomason has a pot from distance. And yeah, it's fair to say that is not on target. It goes out for a Watford goal kick. I think Wrexham are having a new stand built, aren't they, at the racecourse? I remember watching the documentary and them trying to get planning permission for that. And yeah, look, I don't think it's controversial to say that Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney and their investors have done a really good job. If I was a Wrexham fan, I think I'd be delighted with the journey they've been on from the National League to now the Championship and trying to compete for those playoff positions. They were probably unlucky, actually, to not finish in that top six last season. Patterson clears long, goes out of play. Watford win a throw in a good position. Here's Matty Pollock on the ball now. Back to Kevin Caben, just on the halfway line. Watford quite high at the moment. Do I think Watford will sign Mikel Antonio, says Sam. I do. My gut feeling says that given the published photos with him now on the Watford socials, there's been lots of talk. I think it would almost be silly not to. I don't think we have many other options, Sam. Our finances are so limited. Gino Pozzo is clearly unwilling to invest any further funds into the club. So for me, I just think it makes sense on a short-term contract, a one-year deal. He seems like a good character. He could help develop Luka and Mamadou. Why not do it? You know, he's not going to start every game for us, but as an option to bring off the bench and with the experience he has, I just think it makes total and logical sense now. So yeah, I'd expect maybe within the next week or so for that deal to get confirmed, maybe even before that West Ham game, because of the story there. Of course, he used to play for them. So yeah, my guess would be, and this is on no information I've been told, that it probably gets confirmed next week. That would be my assumption. But I'd take him. I think I would take him. I think the pros outweigh the cons, and yeah, given our circumstances, you can't turn down a player of that caliber. Watford looking okay here early on. We don't look too bad. Oh, it's a lovely touch and turn from Ika Bravo. And here come Watford. Bove on the ball. Luca Kiramgard. Lovely hold-up play, Luca. Well done. Here's Bravo in the box. Goes down looking for a penalty. Referee completely ignores Bravo. And here come Wrexham. I think that's something Bravo will have to learn quite quickly. It's a physical league. And yeah, you can't go down like that, really, Ika. Rathbone getting into a lot of spaces here. He's just finding those half channels. Ravaglia flaps at it. Massive chance. And it's fired over the bar. Ravaglia not doing himself any favours there. He does look a bit flappy at times, Ravaglia, but he did relieve a lot of pressure towards the end against Southampton. Dionisi shouting at his coaching staff. And yeah, massive opportunity there for Wrexham. Probably should have scored, or at the very least hit the target. And that all come from Federico Ravaglia, just not quite claiming that ball. I think he would be reasonably cheap, Mark. I can't see how he could justify a significant salary. I think it will be very heavily incentivized. I think Bove is probably on a similar contract where he's faced adversity, he wants to get back playing, and I'm sure if Antonio makes appearances, scores goals, there'll be big bonuses, but I can't see his base salary being massively significant, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I think with a player like that, I think the best deal to do from our perspective is an incentivized contract based on appearances, goals, assists, starts, etc. That's what I would imagine, Mark, anyway. Carl Larin scored for Southampton. He got one back for them at Vicarage Road last weekend and he's just put them 1-0 up today. Middlesbrough beating Blackburn. Jeremy Sarmiento with the goal there. Here's Omar Traore. Ball whipped in. Oh, yes! Come on! Luca Kiramgard, what a goal! What a cross and what a goal! Oh, yes! Brilliant. What a goal from Luca. What a header as well into the far corner. I think it was Omar Traore there with the cross into the box. Get in there. What a goal from Luca. So pleased for him. Oh, that is fantastic. What a cross that was as well. I'm pretty sure it was Omar Traore. I doubted him before kickoff. I've been proved wrong. Luca coming up trumps. And yeah, it was Traore. You know, that's such a delicious ball. And Luca made the correct run as well. Omar Traore with quality there. And Luca sticks it away. That's a fantastic goal. That is fantastic. Brilliant. Absolutely superb. You know, I'm delighted with that. 14 minutes gone. Luca Kiramgard puts Watford 1-0 up. Will absolutely take it. And if he gets the service, I have always said this, even though I doubt him, if he gets the service, like we saw with Rajovic, in the box, he will most likely at least get it on target. And that was such a delicious ball from Omar Traore. Here come Watford again. Nabazada now down the right-hand side. Nabazada, ball into the box. It's cleared. Mama now. Here's Bove. Hector Cipriani. Watford dominating this game at the moment. Here's Mama. Nabazada. Nabazada looking like a real championship season player on that pitch already. What a start for Watford, though. That is brilliant. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled with that. And you know what? Against Wrexham last season, I remember Luca Kiramgard had good games as well. At Vicarage Road, he looked solid. And at the Racecourse last season as well, he looked like a threat. So, yeah, maybe Wrexham are his favoured team to play against. Who knows? Matthew says K9 back to his best. Paul Taylor says, look what happens when you get crosses in. You're not wrong, Paul. That was a great delivery by Omar Traore. I'd love to see that again on the replay. Hopefully they show it on my feed. Philip Mason says, going back to Antonio, he should be on a pay-as-you-play deal. He doesn't need the money and should be playing for the enjoyment now. I do think the contract, if it does get signed, will be along them lines. I'm sure there'll be, a significant base salary, maybe £8,000 to £10,000 a week. I don't know. I'm just guessing. And then after that, if he starts, if he scores, if he plays, then of course I imagine there'll be bonuses. But look, I'd take it. I absolutely would take it. And Dionisi doing wonders with this squad at the moment. It's just a shame that Gino Pozzo, I mean, there is, a week and a half, 2 weeks left of the window, but the squad needs so much more. Imagine what we could do with another 5 or 6 additions, and I just can't at this moment see them coming in. I'd love to be proved wrong, absolutely, but yeah, we're really stretched at the moment, and the bench today demonstrates that. Key for more there was free one-on-one with Ravaglia. The linesman, though, doing Watford a favour, flagging him offside. Caitlin says, I've got to say, Watford looks scary at the minute so far this season. We've looked good. We have looked good. My concern is, as I've said, and I feel like I'm repeating myself, can this squad, as it stands, maintain that over, 46 games, over Christmas when it gets tough, into the new year? That's when we usually fall off. That's what I'm worried about again. And I just hope, we've got rid of whatever was causing that issue. But if there aren't significant incomings in the next week or so, I'd be concerned. Here comes Danny Imre down the right-hand side. Got to say, Jordan Zamora as well does look good. That's a foul, referee, surely. The referee says play on. Kiram guard goes down. Wrexham still have the ball. I do think Watford are probably playing with a bit more freedom this season as well. A lot of pundits and fans from opposition teams had us struggling in and around the relegation battle. I felt similarly, I'm not going to lie. So maybe the expectations are off and the players, do have that little bit more confidence to go out there and express themselves. Now, I don't want to get carried away. We've only played 20 minutes of this game and a fixture against Southampton. But so far, it does feel a little bit different. Hey! Thank you, referee. You know what? A Wrexham player goes down in the box. I'm not sure who it is. I was expecting the referee to give a penalty there, and actually, he's been booked for diving, which is pretty funny. Oliver says, who is our highest paid player and what are they on, if you know? I've got no idea what they're on. My best guess, Oliver, would be either Eduardo Bove or Imran Louza. And I imagine it's probably Imran Louza. Dan Batman's probably up there as well. He signed a big contract when he was appointed captain a couple of years ago. But yeah, my guess, Oliver, would be Imran or Eduardo Bove. And yeah, the Wrexham fans furious at the referee there. They thought it was a penalty. From the replay I've seen, which was a difficult angle, it did look like a dive, but I'd like to see that again. This Watford press is really good, by the way. I'm really enjoying this. We force Southampton into mistakes, and we're doing the same with Wrexham today. Oh, massive chance here. Here come Wrexham on the counter. Oh, it's a goal. Danny Imre scores. And we've gifted them that goal. That's disappointing. That come from our own mistake, really. A great counter-attack by Wrexham, though. I'll give them credit there. And, yeah, Wrexham won. Watford won. Their new signing, Danny Imre from Crystal Palace on that right-hand side. That's a shame, because we started so well here. And yeah, there's a few players who just missed their challenges, couldn't get it cleared in the end. Caben, Pollock, I think Cipriani, Bravo, maybe at fault there as well. I can't remember who gave the ball away initially, but it was in a pretty silly position. And yeah, Federico Ravaglia rooted to his spot. Danny Imre blasting into the back of the net. Marmer with a cross into the box. And I think the referee's actually given a Watford corner here. Eduardo Bove saying, calm down, calm down. And that was a poor goal to concede. I want to watch that back on the replay. So the corner comes in from Jordan Zamora on the left-hand side. Luca does get a head on it, albeit it goes way wide of Patterson's goal. James, it was Broadhead that got booked for the dive. Thank you, Matt. Josh says, Omar Traore's assist reminded me of a few I've seen from Ngakia. Having two right-backs capable of putting dangerous balls into the box is ideal. I'll tell you what would be ideal, Josh. If Ngakia could stay fit, that would be lovely. Great ball here from Nabazada, though, to find off Mane Marmer on the left-hand side. Zamora with the cross in, cleared by Wrexham. Watford maintain possession for now. And a great duel there from Hector Cipriani, just keeping the ball for the Orns. And we approach 23 minutes played of this half. Oh dear. Again, a bit iffy defensively, and here come Wrexham. Big gaps between our defence and midfield. That's what's concerning me at the moment. Wrexham finding lots of time just in those pockets. Ahead of Matty, ahead of Kevin Caben. And there's not much support there. I think we need Hector and Eduardo Bove just to drop slightly deeper to help out that defence a bit more. Mark Boller as well, undoubtedly a massive miss. That team news we got in the week was pretty devastating. To hear that Boller is going to be out until, well, October after the international break. Quadwo out for 7 to 8 weeks, and Ngakia suffering a setback as well. You know, it should force Watford hopefully into action, into making some new additions. That's my hope anyway. Yeah, they always say that, Mark. You're most susceptible to conceding after just scoring. And as you say, that was demonstrated there for sure. Oh, I loved Holebas. I loved Jose Holebas. What a player. Yeah, if we could have prime Jose Holebas in this Watford team right now, I'd love it. I'll always remember his screamer away at Middlesbrough. I think that was the 2016-17 Premier League season. Yeah, so good. Really open this game at the moment. Not much control from either side. Jordan Zamora goes down. Referee, that looked like a shirt tug to me. Zamora goes down in the box. He's asking for a penalty. To me, it did look like a pull on his shirt. But the referee, again, not interested at all. I think it's similar to that Nathan Broadhead incident we had earlier on. Here's Matty Pollock out to Omar Traore, who has made a good start to his Watford career. Happy with him so far from what we've seen. Angie is back. Hello, Angie. Hope you're well. Hello from Oregon. Let's crush these Dragons. Well, it's been a good start so far. Watford taking the lead through Luca Kiramgard. A great header from an Omar Traore cross. And then a couple of mistakes let Wrexham back into the game. Danny Imre firing one past Federico Ravaglia. Here's Ika Bravo dancing his way around the Wrexham penalty area. Traore again on the ball. Here's Nabazada looking to take on his man. Back to Bravo. Here's Hector Cipriani now. Jordan Zamora. Back to Hector. And yeah, poor pass from Hector in the end. Watford. Referee, come on. Thank you. Finally. Bove goes down. Gets pulled down to the ground, I should say. And Watford get a free kick in a dangerous position. I'm not sure we'd shoot from here unless we've got a good left footer. I think this is going to be kind of a cross, probably to that far post, I would imagine. And yeah, it does look like we are setting up for that ball to the far post. Off Mane Mama standing over this. I do love that new Watford kit. It does look nice. Mama puts the ball in. It is to the far post. Wrexham head clear. Here's Ika Bravo. Bravo looking to dink that in. Gets cleared by Wrexham. Nabazada does the same. Pollock gets his head on it. And Patterson claims that very comfortably. And yeah, Watford shooting in this first half towards the end where that new stand, their new cop stand is being built. And it does look massive, the area they're building on. So I'm sure that will look nice once it's completed. If we've got any Wrexham fans in here as well, feel free to say hello. We do enjoy talking to the opposition on these. I think my score prediction for this was 2-2. So we're still on for that, for sure. If you are new around here as well, don't forget to hit subscribe down below. It's totally free to do and you'll be notified whenever we go live. And also as well, if you want to help out the channel, give us a big thumbs up on the live. Oh, that's great from Omar Traore. Great work rate to get back and a good block put in. Othmane Mama has come over to this right-hand side temporarily as well, looking to differ his game up slightly. Nabazard has gone to that left. I don't think that's a free kick. Wrexham given a soft free kick there by the referee. Pollock puts in a challenge. Not quite sure what the referee was looking at there. And it's quite similar to what we just saw with Mama on the other side, actually. Not a shoot in position, but certainly an opportunity to get that ball into the far post. Ben Whiteman standing over it. Oh, Ravaglia again called into action. Spread his body well. He's a massive goalkeeper, Ravaglia. 6'6". Good leap there. I mean, I thought he could catch that, but again, he opted to punch instead. Long throw. Again, Ravaglia punches. He doesn't seem to want to catch anything, Federico Ravaglia. How interesting. Hector Cipriani takes a whack to the face in the process. The referee just checking he's okay. And Kevin Cabend as well to get out of that. Again, Ika Bravo goes down quite theatrically. I think Bravo needs to toughen up slightly, is what I'll say from my early observations of him playing for Watford. It does, Philip. I agree. You'll take Ravaglia's punches over Shouty Man any day. It's interesting, Dan Backman, isn't it? Because I saw that Sam Walker come in from Bradford City and I expected him to maybe be second choice. But Dan Backman on the bench again today with Sam Walker as the third choice backup goalkeeper. So, yeah, it looks like he's sticking around, Patrick, Dan Backman this season. Bravo reminds you of early days João Pedro, 2 weak, but a great talent. He does look sharp so far. I'm loving his little touches, the turns. He does look exciting, Ika Bravo. I mean, I think the comparison I'm making is kind of a mix between prime Fernando Forestieri and Mate Vidra. Those runs through the middle, shots across goal. That's what I love to see. And if Ika Bravo can replicate even 40-50% of what we saw from Vidra and Fernando, it would be good. It's a massive if though, Philip. I mean, we've got a lot of players like that who, you know, on their day are fantastic, but can they stay fit for an entire season? Kwadwo Bar and Ngakia evidently can't. Hopefully this is Rocco's kind of big first season. I don't think he's had really a full season injury-free since he joined Watford, has he, Rocco Vata? So, yeah, I'm really excited to see what he can do this year. I think under Tom Cleverley was probably when we saw the best of him, for sure. Here's Kiefer Moore. A lovely ball into the penalty area. Wrexham hit the post. Danny Imre again, just finding some space in the box. And Wrexham finding loads of joy down our wide channels. I think we need a bit more support potentially there. Yeah, Ravaglia scrambling across. A lovely run by Kiefer Moore. And yeah, Danny Imre hitting the post. He could have had a double there. First half double for their right back. Should have scored, really. There we go. Oh, here's Mama. Nice touch. Can Watford make something here? Zamora puts a crossing, cleared by Wrexham. He does look good, Danny Imre. Come on, Watford. Here's Ika Bravo. Eduardo Bove now. Out to Mama. Come on, we've got to be quicker. Quicker passing. I don't know who you're talking about, Oliver. All airtime says defence is shocking. So easy for Wrexham down that side. Here's Luca Kiramgard using his strength there. Nice work from Luca, actually. Just keeps it in that Wrexham penalty area. They break free now, though. Matty, good interception. Not long to go until half-time. About 6 minutes or so, plus whatever else is added on. He's a right back, Oliver. Right back. Or like a wing. I suppose he's a wing back, isn't he, in this Wrexham system? Couple of head injuries here. The Watford and Wrexham physios is coming on. I think it's Omar Traore there. He's gone down. Both players receiving treatment. Looks like the Wrexham player's got a cut to his head actually as well. Yeah, it could be quite a lengthy stoppage, this. Both sides heading over to their respective managers, receiving instructions. Oliver says he can see a Kayembe penalty to win this match. Well, we don't have very many options off the bench, Oliver. We've got Martin Piero on there. We've got Edu Kayembe, Doumbia, Rocco Vata. And then after that, it's just those academy lads, Adepoku, James Claridge, Ramirez Espan. So, yeah, not a lot of options for Alessio Dionisi if he wants to make changes in the second half. They're just showing a replay of Luca Kiramgard's goal. It is quality. I'm not gonna deny that. A quality header and a great crossing as well from Omar Traore. Pinpoint right to his head, and Luca Kiramgard, all he has to do is direct it towards goal. Yeah, Angie, over 1,200 Watford fans in North Wales today. Long old commute, an early start for them. And yeah, a massive credit to them for travelling for sure. Yeah, that was a strange substitution, Oliver. Initially, I was surprised to not see Rocco Vata come on in that Southampton game before we saw Adepoku. I'm not quite sure what the thinking was there, but clearly, Dionisi felt he could have, an influence and impact on the pitch. It clearly didn't work out like that. But yeah, Adepoku, I can't see him having a long-term future at the club personally. I think we need to go out and get an Iran Kunda replacement. Who that is, I don't know. There's been some suggestions that Yassir Espria, could return on loan from Girona. I can't see that happening. I would love it. So yeah, let's see. Still a bit of time to go in the window. I'm sure there'll be lots of business from other clubs in the final few weeks. Let's see how much we do. And yeah, the Wrexham player being bandaged up here. We'll be in for quite a bit of added time, actually. Substitution here for Watford, and Albert Eames is coming onto the pitch. So it looks like Omar Traore has come off. Another defensive injury. So we're down to 3 senior defenders fit at the club. And Albert Eames from our B team now, of course, since our academy was scrapped or downgraded, has come on at right back. So yeah, it looks like Omar Traore is off for Watford. And Albert Eames, the academy right back, has come on. A massive opportunity for him to impress our head coach. He did take a nasty whack to the head, and nowadays they're so careful, aren't they? The physios, the medical staff with concussion protocol. You can't take any risks. So look, I'm sure they made the correct call with Omar Traore. I'm not going to doubt that at all. Watford win, a free kick in a good area again. Ben Whiteman, the culprit that time for Wrexham. And this time it is in a shooting position. I do wonder who will step over this. Ika Bravo goes down. I did notice that, Oliver. It was nice. It was nice to get mentioned. But yeah, I can't believe that. Another defensive injury. So just Matty Pollock, Kevin Caben and Jordan Zamora are the only fit senior pros left in those positions. It's extraordinary, really, and negligence, we have to be honest, on the part of our recruitment team. Okay, free kick, dangerous position. Who's over this? Looks like Mama and Jordan Zamora are eyeing this up. Eduardo Bove as well, taking a long run up. Oh, I tell you what, Zamora got a nice bit of whip on that, but he couldn't find the far corner. 4 minutes of extra time as well. I was expecting a little bit more. Let's see how Albert Eames does then. A massive chance for him to impress in a proper senior men's championship fixture. Othmane Mama working hard. So is Ika Brave, pressing Anthony Patterson in goal. And yeah, with concussion, I mean, if it does turn out to be a concussion, I think they have to, by the laws of the game, miss the next fixture, Omar Traore. So yeah, let's see what the update is before West Ham with Omar Traore. Here's Callum Doyle turning, spinning just outside our box. Wrexham again nearly scored. Kiefer Moore having a swipe at that one, and I think they win themselves a corner here. Mark Sco says, "That's it, I am done." Eames will get absolutely mulleted, especially out of position. I thought Albert Eames was a right back though, Mark. I think that is his natural playing position, at least when he was in the academy. Hopefully, Philip, that would be nice. That would be nice. It's a shame as well because I thought Traore was having an outstanding fixture. Got the assist, looked pretty solid defensively in the 1v1s, the duels. So yeah, hopefully not too serious for Traore. Come on, Watford. Just hold on until half-time. I've got a feeling, like Southampton, we might be under the cosh slightly in this second half. That's what my gut says. We just don't have the depth. We don't have the options. Whose fault is that? Well, we know. We know. I don't need to tell you. It is half-time. Danny Imre with Wrexham's goal. Luca Kiramgard with Watford's. And whilst the performance so far has been positive, again, we are just limited in terms of squad availability, injuries, and depth. And we're only, 2 games into this championship season. So, hopefully that isn't an indication as to what's to come. But look, the Watford fans applauding the team as they go in at half time, in the sunshine there, in that away end. And yeah, let's see what the second half will bring. I'll return in a few minutes' time. Until then, I'll leave you on our title screen. Oh, we are back. We are back. What did we all think of that first half then? Let's reset the timer. Get ready to go. All right, there we have it. Look, I think we started well. I was pleased with the goal. Really happy for Luca, as I've been a massive doubter of his. I still am, absolutely, don't get me wrong, but he took his goal really nicely. I'm just disappointed again that through negligent squad planning, we are having to play, academy B team players who just haven't been exposed to this level of football before. I think the highest level like Albert Eames has played at previously was like National League. So, clearly this situation isn't ideal. I feel sorry for Alessio Dionisi because actually so far he seems very likeable, warm, a nice guy. He's got a tune out of a very thin Watford team. Yet we might throw it all up in the air because of, incompetent squad planning from those at the top. I speak about Luke Dowling quite frequently. This is, a guy who was brought in with an expertise and remit in domestic signings and players from England specifically. And the only player we've signed from an English club so far this summer is Sam Walker, a third choice goalkeeper. He's not actually improving, the level of the first team squad we have available. So massively frustrated. Positives to take, of course, if we run through the team quickly. Ravaglia, a little bit concerning maybe. The amount of times his punching stuff rather than catching. I think that's something he could work on for sure. Maybe he's been instructed to do that. I don't know. But given his height, I thought that would be something he would thrive at. Commanding his area. Traore got the assist, very good until his substitution. I just checked on social media and I believe it has gone down as a concussion sub specifically, which means we do have the normal substitutions left to make. It hasn't affected them at all. Matty Pollock, again, looks on his game. Kevin Caben, a couple of shaky moments. I feel like he's getting dragged about slightly, but on the whole, he looks fine. Jordan Zamora looks okay as well. Maybe not as good as Southampton. Eduardo Bove and Hector Cipriano look good in midfield. Ika Bravo has gone down a few times where maybe he should have stayed on his feet. Nabazada looks good, attacking his fullback. Mama, I saw someone highlight it earlier. Actually, I think it was Josh Lewis who said he hasn't looked effective so far. I don't think Watford are in the position really to substitute someone of Mama's quality really in a game like this. So yeah, for me, I would keep Mama on for sure. And up front, Luca Kirongard, who, look, is a different player to Mamadou Doumbia. He's not going to close down and press defenders like Mamadou does. But if you give him the service in the box, he is capable of scoring goals like that. And he has just done that today. A really nice glancing header from him. And, for him on a personal level, he'll think he's, quieting his doubters there. So yeah, happy for Luca. In terms of what we can do in this second half, let's take a quick look at the bench. As I said, we are, so limited in terms of the options to bring on. So we've got Dan Backman, Rocco Vata. I suppose Vata could come on for Mama. Potentially so. I would assume that would be more so for Nabazada though. Doumbia, again, if we need that work rate, if we need that player to close down defenders, he's a good choice on the bench. Martin Piero is there. I'm not sure I'd trust him today. He looks a bit chaotic so far, Piero. Kayembe is there as well. But other than that, it's just, Adepoku, Ramirez Espan and James Claridge. So, Dionisi hamstrung in terms of what he can do, unfortunately. We're just waiting for the players to re-emerge out of the tunnel. I put my AirPods back in so I can hear the commentary. Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens in this final kind of couple of weeks of the transfer window. We talked about it at the start of the stream. Is there anyone out there you've identified as a fan that in an ideal situation you would love to bring in? Someone mentioned Luke Wolfenden earlier from Coventry City, the centre-back. There's plenty of players out there I would like, even from League One sides, for example, as well. But even then, I don't think Watford have the money to bring them in. The statistics, quite even, 5 shots apiece, nearly 50-50 possession. So, look, on paper, from what I'm looking at in front of me now, both sides look evenly matched. But Wrexham clearly targeting and exploiting those wide areas, those half spaces between the fullback and central defenders, and they're getting pulled about slightly, which is concerning for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the concussion protocol is. Could someone clarify it for me? I know you definitely have to miss one game. You know what? I'll Google it actually. Hold on. Concussion protocol. Championship. Just trying to find clarification. I'm not sure. It looks like 72 hours maybe before you can return to full training. Yeah, I don't know. I can't actually find a straight answer on that. We'll bring in more from Udinese probably. Wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I think there's been suggestions online that Saba Goglachitse could return. There's another Croatian centre-back Udinese have called Branimir Milasic, I think is how you say it. He seems quite highly rated. I think he's left-footed. There's a suggestion, he could come in on loan potentially as well, but it's not a great look, is it? 95% of our signings coming from one club who are owned by the same family. The only transfer fee we've spent this summer is on a goalkeeper in Federico Ravaglia from Bologna, and he signed a 6-year contract. So, yes, some of the decisions this club makes at times do confuse me. I do struggle to find the logic behind them. But look, I'll judge the transfer window when it's over. But in terms of the here and now, because of our inaction so far, we have been left with a squad that, can barely field 11 senior players. We can just about fill a bench, and that's with our B team, academy players as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I just find it immensely frustrating that we've got a manager here who the players actually like, the fans have warmed to, yet when it comes to transfers, he's not been backed. And how many head coaches have we had who ultimately get dismissed, sacked, or even resign? Wink, wink, Javi Gracia, because of frustrations towards the ownership. We've seen Tom Cleverley moan about a January transfer window when he was here. Valerian Ismail and Slavan Bilic did the same. And I feel like we're in a similar situation here with Alessio Dionisi. But yeah, we've got a very young right flank now in this second half. Albert Eames is only, I think, 20 years old, and Minna Bazada just 19. Both come through the Watford Academy. And I'm all for using academy players if they have the quality and potential to go on and be a proper starter for us. But I do feel in this instance, Dionys's hand has been forced slightly. We're underway in the second half. Let's get that timer started. There we go. No other substitutions from what I can see. Oliver suggesting Stephen Mfuni could return. I just can't see it happening, Oliver. I think the suggestion from Three Counties Radio and some other journalists, big chance of Wrexham here. Great save, Ravaglia. I think that was Danny Imre again on that right-hand side. Yeah, the suggestion's been with Stephen Mfuni that he might be making the move to Coventry City in the Premier League under Super Frank Lampard. So, look, if you're Mfuni and you're given the option of the Championship again with Watford or Premier League football, you're going to take the Premier League, 9 times out of 10, aren't you? So, yeah, if that's the case, I don't blame him. But yeah, certainly frustrating that we seem to have put a lot on our relationship with Manchester City, yet we've actually had no incomings from them at all so far this window. You mentioned the Bank were there as well. Again, I don't think he's going to return to Watford either. He's had 2 loans here so far. And from what I've seen, he looks to be in Udinese's plans for the first team this season. He's played quite a few minutes in pre-season so far for them. And again, that's top flight Italian football. James Abankwah, could have been with us this season playing against Lincoln, Preston and Blackburn. Or actually, for his career, does he want to test himself against Juventus, Milan, those big Italian sides? I know what I would do if I was James Abankwah, put it that way. He's off Mane Marma now, driving forward. A lovely pass from Marma, centrally. Here's Eduardo Bove, sorry. Yeah, what special relationship? I don't, they keep talking about this relationship and how, we brought Dionisi in because of his experience within the City group at Empoli. We've seen nothing to suggest that Manchester City are keen on sending players to us. And I think Mfuni will probably, if rumours are true, make that move to Coventry City on loan. Strike from Ika Bravo from distance. Doesn't trouble Patterson in goal, and Wrexham play out from the back. I tell you what, Danny Imre looks quality. So much pace. Could have had 2 goals as well. Philip says, let's hope the rumours of 2 centre-backs and Antonio arriving early next week come true. The scary thing is, Philip, though, is that we need more than that. Like, if Imran Louza leaves the club, for example, for me, we need a quality playmaker in there as well. We need that Nestri Irankunda replacement too. So, absolutely, I would love the 2 centre-backs. I would like Antonio to sign if possible, but there's so much more work to do after that as well. I don't think we'll get 3 centre-backs in Laboche. I think the club probably view Travis Akimia as a viable option when he's fit again. Potentially, we only get 1 centre-back. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I'd expect 2 to come in for sure. What am I watching on? I am watching via iFollow is what I'm watching on, which is the EFL's streaming service. That's a terrible ball from Zamora. Took a free kick from deep. Watford recycle possession. Just need to calm it down for a moment. Albert Eames getting some time on the ball there. I don't think Jordan Zamora was actually ready to start. I read some comments from Alessio Dionisi who said he was still working to find his full fitness. But again, due to the situation we find ourselves in, we've been forced into that, really. Yeah, I do fear that, we may be under significant pressure in this second half. But we look okay so far. We're on the ball again. Here's Matty Pollock. If you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe. You can do so by clicking the button down below, and also a big thumbs up on the stream would really help us out as well. We're trying to hit, hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, at 3,000 subscribers by the end of 2026. So if you could help us towards that goal, it would be much appreciated. Here come Wrexham again. Lovely ball over to that left-hand side. Here's Nathan Broadhead with a bandage on his head, quite literally. Oh, Luka Kiramgard does well there. He goes down. Surely, referee, that's a foul. The referee says no. The Watford bench seemingly furious with that decision. Kiramgard would have been through, I think, one-on-one there with Anthony Patterson in goal. He did really well to hold off the defender, get the ball, but the referee, I think, deemed it a fair challenge. I'd like to see that one back on the replay. 52 minutes gone here in North Wales. A sunny North Wales for a change. That's a lovely ball through to Othmane Mamo, who finds himself in loads of space. He's got to get a shot away here. And that's a great recovery from Wrexham. Mama really in a dangerous position, looking for the cutback. And a slide-in challenge stops him in his tracks. Watford, though, do win a corner. Is this our first of the game? I think so. Ball in from Jordan Zamora, cleared by the Red Dragons. And Wrexham look to break. It's a 2v2 here for a moment. Still a 2v2. Here we go. This is dangerous. This could be a goal. Oh, nearly an own goal. Nearly an own goal by Kevin Caben. I don't think him and Federico Ravaglia were communicating properly there. And we got away with it in the end. A bit panicked, though, at the back. Ravaglia must have shouted, surely, for that. I've just got a feeling they grab a second here, Wrexham. They're at home, the fans are behind them, and Watford are, right down to the bare bones here. I would be, pleasantly surprised and stunned if we come away with a point. Bravo does well to get away here. A lovely driving run centrally from Ika Bravo, our new Spaniard. Spurs supporter says, how have Watford been playing? I think first half, we look good, happy with the goal. Second half so far, though, I do just worry about, how long we can maintain this level. I do feel we'll tire quite quickly. We saw early substitutions last week even for the two midfielders, Bove and Hector Kyprianou. So, I think we might see Piero, and oh, it's terrible. We've just given away a real sloppy corner. Oh dear. Kevin Caben with a big error there. And if that results in a Wrexham goal from the subsequent corner, he'll be kicking himself. Sorry, Oliver. Yeah, I've got the memory of a goldfish. But yeah, terrible back pass from Caben. Again, the communication not quite there with Federico Ravaglia. Wrexham with a corner here. If they score from this, it's all from Kevin Caben, really. It's towards the back post and headed over this time. And Watford do have a goal kick. That should relieve some pressure, at least for a moment. Sounds like in my ear a Watford substitution is incoming. I'll let you know who that is when they appear on screen. I mean, it's definitely going to be, I would assume, maybe Doumbia, Piero, Edu Kayembe. That would be the only subs that make sense. If he wants to go for it even more, potentially you take off a Nabazada or an Ika Bravo and play Rocco Vata in more of a fluid front line. Your number 7 is class. I know. He is very, very good off Mane Mama. And here comes Mama again. Come on. Drive at your fullback. Ah. So, substitution for Watford. It's going to be Martin Piero. And Piero's going to come on for off Mane Mama. Interesting. You know, is that Dionisi thinking, you know, I've got a bare bones squad here. I've got to wrap up my best talents in cotton wool. Potentially so. Yeah, Martin Piero coming on. I'm not against that, you know, potentially to bolster that midfield. He's a physical player. He'll run after everything. He's a workhorse. So I can see the logic there, but we do lose that out ball down the left-hand side. That's the only issue. But look, it's fresh legs, and let's hope he can have an impact. Come on, Watford. We'll take the draw. If you ended the game right now, I'll absolutely take that, given everything going on around the club at the moment. I would absolutely take a 1-1. Oh, here we go. This is good play from Watford. Here's Nabazada down the right-hand side. Nice ball in, cleared by Wrexham. Here's Kiefer Moore versus Kevin Caben. Kevin Caben goes down, holding his face. Kiefer Moore protesting. I do think that's a bit theatrical from Kevin Caben, I've got to be honest. Oh, his mouth is bleeding, actually. I'm wrong. Yeah, he has got quite a bloody mouth there, Kevin Caben, from Kiefer Moore. He's clearly struck him in the face in that duel. Must have been an elbow or something there. It did feel like initially he went down, you know, very theatrically, but actually watching the replay, he does get struck. Yeah. I mean, if this results in another defensive substitution, I'm done. Oh, actually, I think it might have been Kiefer Moore's boot there. As Kiefer Moore falls to the floor, I think his boot might strike Kevin Caben in the mouth. if this is another concussion substitution, I mean, wow, that would be so unfortunate for us. A lot of, I don't want to be too graphic, but there's a significant amount of blood coming from Kevin Caben here, and this might result in a lengthy stoppage, or even at worst for us, another substitution. Is it a red? I think if that was the Premier League, maybe that gets looked at by VAR, but it wasn't intentional from Kiefer Moore. I'm not going to be too biased here. I think it was just an accidental thing. I don't think he intended to hurt Kevin Caben at all. So yeah, it looks like Ika Bravo has come over to the left-hand side, and I think Martin Piero might play, at least in possession, centrally down the middle. And then when Watford are backs against the wall, out of possession, maybe Piero will drop slightly deeper. I think that might be what Dionisi is going with here. He looks to be okay, Frederick, for now. Kevin Caben is staying on, at least for the time being. But I agree, we cannot lose another centre-back. It would literally spell disaster for us. But yeah, a nasty injury there to the face for Kevin. If you are new, make sure to subscribe. Hit the button down below and give us a thumbs up on the live stream as well. It would be very much appreciated. Trying to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Here's Ika Bravo in his new position down his left-hand side. He had 3 players around him. Kiram Gard does well. Here's Piero out to Amin Nabazada, the goal scorer last weekend. James, can I explain the concussion substitution? It's very simple. So you get 5 substitutions per game, each team. But if you use a concussion substitution, your 5 normal subs you can make in the match do not get affected. So effectively, if you have a concussion, you can make up to 6 substitutions is how it works, Angie. Yeah. It should be quite simple to understand. "62 minutes gone." Oh, nearly. I'll tell you what, I thought that was going to be a goal there. A lovely little passing behind from Ika Bravo, looking to find Jordan Zamora. And gets cleared by, I think, Danny Imre again, who, in my opinion, has probably been the best player on the pitch. I'll tell you what, he's had a good game, Luca. I'm enjoying his performance so far. Come on, Watford. Half an hour to go. Ah. Here come Wrexham. Edge of the box. Watford have nearly got everyone back defending. Backs against the wall at the moment for the Orns. Harry at What's Up Watford says, "Are we playing well?" Yes. I would say, Harry, given the circumstances and the players on the pitch right now, we're giving it a good go. But if we had more quality and more depth on the bench, I would feel more confident. But yeah, I think given the circumstances, we've done all right, Harry. We've done okay. Jordan Zamora looking pretty knackered there. But again, we haven't got anyone to come on. Mark Boller is injured for a long time. And unless Dionissi wants to bring on, maybe a James Claridge, for example, there's not much else we can do. Here's Piero, gets stuck in. The commentator has just said in my ear that Mamadou Doumbia will be coming on at some point shortly. So, yeah, potentially a straight swap there for Luka Kiramgard. That would make sense. Oh, and a triple substitution, actually. Here we go. So, Luka Kiramgard is coming off. Doumbia coming on. Vata and Kayembe making their way onto the pitch as well. I'm liking this. Good changes by Alessio Dionissi. So yeah, a triple substitution. I think Bove's gone off there as well. And I'm just trying to figure out who the other one is. I think Hector Cipriani may have gone off. Yeah, so Bove for Kayembe. Kiramgard for Vata. And Nabazada for Doumbia. Lebosch says, do we know anything about Boller's injury? We do. We've been told it's a hamstring and that he'll be out until after the next international break. So, yeah, a long-term injury, unfortunately, for Mark Boller. So, yeah, fingers crossed nothing happens to Jordan Zamora. Oh, poor touch from Kayembe. Vata, I feel, is going to be our out ball for the rest of this game. Doing that off Mane Marma roll. Cipriani looking to play through Mamadou Doumbia. The pass probably too far. Rathbone, lovely ball to the far post. Wow, what a ball that was. What a ball. Goodness me. And it goes out of play. Unless we want to bring on some B team players, Philip, I don't think there's anyone else to bring on. I think we maybe have one more change to make out of the 5 available. And that's a terrible cross from, I think, Danny Imre again. Is it Imre? Can't see. Couple of Wrexham substitutions now. Look, for me, yeah, absolutely. If the chance is there, go for the second goal. But I would look to, if possible, just get away with the 1-1. Maybe I'd be quite a negative manager if I was in the dugout. But yeah, I just think, given everything that's happened today, the injuries, the depth, a draw away at Wrexham is a very good result for any team, let alone someone in our position. "20 minutes left to play." Kevin Cabend as well. Another block by Kevin Cabend. Jordan Zamora getting involved that time. Quite scrappy at the moment defensively. I think Wrexham win themselves another corner. Mate, I think a draw, Oliver, before kickoff would have been a phenomenal result for us, let alone after what's happened in the game. But yeah, 20 minutes to go. Let's not get too carried away just yet. Again, Federico Ravaglia choosing to punch it away rather than take it down. I'm not liking how often Ravaglia is punching. It's making me quite uncomfortable. Here's Piero. Lots of Watford players committed forward here. It's a 4v3 actually for Watford. Here, Bravo does well. Here's Rocco Vata. Can he get a shot away? He does. And it's going to be a Wrexham goal kick. Vata goes down holding his knee. Oh, hopefully he's okay. We've got players all over the pitch. Piero's down injured as well. Vata looks winded. Yes, Josh, Traore was injured. He had a concussion, so yeah, he had to come off. Loads of injuries in this game. It's been very stop-start at times. Piero looks okay. He should be fine. Bit worried about Rocco Vata. Hopefully he'll be okay. It looked quite innocuous, but I don't think he's got back to his feet yet. Eugene says, "Hi James, happy weekend." Happy weekend to you, Eugene. He does seem like a flapper so far, Philip. I'm not gonna lie. I thought against Southampton he looked good, Federico Ravaglia, but today I don't think he's caught a single ball. And he definitely could have got a couple of them. That's lovely play from Ika Bravo. He's probably been our best attacking player today. Has the shot from distance. Here's Kayembe looking to unleash on his left foot. Albert Eames now out wide. Piero with the ball into the box. Can't find a man in yellow. Watford still maintain possession. Here's Jordan Zamora. Kiprianu now. Curler, and that's claimed by Anthony Patterson in goal. You know what? I feel like Bravo. Let's watch it on the replay here. I thought that was going to hit the back of the net, you know. Oh, big chance for Wrexham. This could be 2. Thomason fluffs that chance. It's an awful cross. Watford managed to clear. Here's Rocco Vata on the ball. Can Vata do something with it here? Looking to find Doumbia running through. Doumbia does well, though, to close it down. He's looked good, Neil. He's actually looked okay. He's not looked out of his depth, Albert Eames, which is, a nice surprise. Come on, Watford. We can do this. Here's Patterson. We're approaching, ladies and gentlemen, squeaky bum territory. I think 80 minutes onwards, you're getting into squeaky bum time, as I like to call it. So, yeah, getting nervous now. I think as this game goes on, Wrexham will keep applying pressure. And I just feel there might be a mistake in there from Watford. I've just got a gut feeling. I'd love to be wrong on that. But, given they're at home, at the racecourse, the quality they have, the amount of experience in the championship they have in their team, I just think they might get the breakthrough here in the end. Kevin Caben back to Federico Ravaglia, who launches long, looking to find Doumbia. Doumbia does so well there. That is fantastic from Mamadou Doumbia. Great hold-up play and just relieves that bit of pressure from Watford. Here's Kayembe. Look, the application has been there from the players that started and the substitutes that have come on. I absolutely agree with that. That's a fact. But we could have gone and won this game if we had more quality on the bench. And I do just worry that, whilst early in the season, maybe we will pick up results. Maybe we'll get a shock win against West Ham. I don't know. But when we get later into October, November, December, the January window, that's where shit can hit the fan sometimes. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think this squad is cut out for a long season right now as it stands. It's not 2-1 yet, Matthew. I hope it will be, though. The things I would do for a late Watford goal here today. I don't think Gino is willing to invest any of his own money anymore, Philip. I think any money we do spend, which is little, will have to come via player transactions, player trading, profit on sales. I think that's the only way we'll sign anyone for any fee for the foreseeable future. But the only actual money we've played to a club that isn't Udinese was for Ravaglia, who we signed from Bologna in Italy. Another corner for Wrexham. Surely one of these is going to result in a goal at some point. It's over on this right-hand side. Whiteman gets the contact on it, fires over, takes a deflection in the process, and it's another corner on the opposite side. corner comes in again. Get it clear, Watford. It's going to be another corner. 3 consecutive corners for Wrexham. Goodness me. How many players do I currently believe we need, says Lebosh. I would say 5. 2 centre-backs, a midfielder, if Imran Louza leaves, a striker, and a right winger. So, yeah, 5 minimum. Ideally, you'd bring in another centre-back on top of that as well. In reality, I want 5. I think the club maybe bring in 2 or 3. I won't be doing a deadline day show, Eugene, no. I have no faith. I have no faith we'll bring anyone in. Go on, Doumbia. What a player. What a workhorse Mamadou Doumbia is. Quality. I'm sorry if I'm going quiet at points here, but I'm just listening to the commentary, watching the game in front of me. I am getting a bit worried now. It would be a massive sucker punch for us to concede a late goal. I think Louza will leave Philip. I don't know who to, as we spoke about earlier, potentially the Middle East, Paris FC in France, maybe even to another club in England. I do think he'll leave this window, but yeah, we don't know who to just yet. But yeah, again, I think it's telling that he's not even in the Watford squad today. Get it clear, Watford. Rocco Vata instigating the press. Oh, Vata does so well. Oliver, thank you so much for being a member for 8 months. Appreciate that. Nearly a year. Big up, Oliver. And you can become a channel member like Oliver by clicking the join button on your device or in the description down below. I think you should have a Dionysi emoji, actually. You can spam in chat if you're a channel member. There he is. Come on, Watford. I tell you what, we're looking all right. Oh, Kayembe, poor touch again. I've not been impressed with Kayembe so far since he came back from the World Cup in the brief appearances I've seen. That's not a foul, referee. Come on. That's shoulder to shoulder. Don't be so ridiculous. You know what? I think on the balance of play, Wrexham should be winning this game. But they're not. We've got away with it slightly, like we did against Southampton. We stuck in there. And with 5 minutes of normal time to go, I'm starting to believe. My fingers are still crossed. Do not worry. Come on, another corner here. And that time, Ravaglia does catch it. Finally, thank God. It's been punching all game. Nice high claim there from Federico Ravaglia. Oh, shut up, referee. Honestly. Oh, Matty Pollock and Kevin Caben just about get out of that situation. Jeff says, just joined. How is Albert Eames doing? He is doing very well, Jeff, actually. Really impressed with him. I was a bit concerned with him coming onto the pitch, but I've been pleasantly surprised with his performance for sure. And it's a good opportunity for him as well. Obviously, we'd rather have our first team squad available. They're the players with, more quality. But yeah, he's looked good, Jeff. Absolutely. Dionisi being very animated. That's the word on the touchline. He's from the B team, Jeff. Yeah. He's been training with the first team squad, but obviously with the academy downgraded, it's now called the B team, the Watford B team, and then I think you have the 18s, the under 18s below that. He's not new. Flash Wireless has been here for maybe, I would say, 3 years at least. He's just never had a massive chance in the first team up until this point. Here come Wrexham. Lots of space over on that left-hand side. Thomason with the ball in. Watford defend well. Pollock clears. Oh, we've got to hold on. We've got to hold on here. I mean, we look knackered out there. Oh no, Matty Pollock. I think Matty Pollock could be injured. I'm not even joking. I need the camera to pan back. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's done something there. It's like his back muscle maybe, Matty. I think Albert Eames is 20, Jeff. So yeah, not old at all. Oh, Ravaglia gets away with it. Flaps at the ball once again. Thankfully, it dropped to his feet nicely. Doumbia heads on. Wrexham all the way back to Anthony Patterson. I think they'll be committing lots of players forward in these final moments. They want to go for the jugular. They want the 3 points. They want that second goal. Can Watford hold on? That's the question. Lovely turn by Kevin Caben. He's looked good even after the injury he sustained to his face. 5 minutes additional time. Here's Martin Piero. Here's Ika Bravo now. Poor pass from Bravo. It's just that final third pass he's struggled with today. I think that's the general consensus, Oliver. If you can do that, win your home games, draw away from home, you'll end up in a pretty good league position come the end of the season. Ika Bravo, though, is definitely up there as one of our better players today, for sure. So Watford, with an opportunity here to put a ball in from a set piece. Would be nice if we won this late on. Kayembe and Piero standing over it. I doubt they'll shoot from this position. This is surely across to probably that far post area, and it is a terrible delivery. It is absolutely woeful. Make sure to subscribe if you're new around here as well. I'm trying to hit 3,000 here on YouTube by the end of this year. Click the button down below, and if you are new as well, don't forget to also leave a thumbs up. It really does help us out. Come on, Watford. Come on. Oh no, I'm worried. Here come Wrexham. They've pinned us to the edge of our own box here. Charlton just won 2-1 away at West Ham. Wow, what a result for them. That's massive. That'll be good to watch on replay. Yeah, poor start to the season from West Ham. A 2-2 with Burnley. And, yeah, defeat to Charlton. Blimey. Yeah, I'm looking forward to West Ham away. I'll be there, do not worry. Massive away end at the London Stadium. That should be a good atmosphere. The only problem is, though, it's not until, I think, April next year. So I've got a long time to wait for that one. Right, got a minute 30 left. It does look like, I don't want to jinx it, that will probably be okay here. I reckon we'll hold on. A Watford throw. Here's Jordan Zamora. Rocco Vata now taking it to the corner. Vata puts the ball into the box. Probably the wrong decision there, really. And, yeah, Wrexham might get one more chance. VJ, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. He's sent 5 gifted memberships randomly to those of you watching in chat. And she's been given one. Le Bosch, the Dugout Football Channel. Hope you're well, buddy. Oh, not long left. 30 seconds to go. I think we'll be okay. And you know what? This has been a brilliant result for us. I've discussed it throughout the stream, given the injuries, the lack of investment, the depth we have available. To go to the racecourse and get a draw, score a good goal, I think we take that. We absolutely take that. And I think we should be delighted personally. It's not over yet. The whistle's not gone, but it should be any moment now. Yeah, what a result. I'd be delighted with that. Come on, ref. Blow the whistle. Oh, Wrexham. One last throw. They're going to go long. Oh, don't. Headed clear by Watford. Blow the whistle, referee. Blow the whistle, ref. Oh, what? What a joke. So, there's been a foul committed on James. And Wrexham have a free kick in such a dangerous position. I mean, if you can get this over the wall and on target, you're probably scoring, to be honest. Please, don't score here. I'd be devastated. Maybe I did jinx it. Looks like Callum Doyle, who they signed last season, will be stepping over it. He's got a wicked left foot. And if we concede here in the 96th minute, I'd be gutted. I'd be absolutely gutted. So Callum Doyle standing over it. Surely not. Surely not. It would be devastating. Oh, the wall does its job. The wall does its job. Referee, call the game. Yes, come on. We take that. We absolutely take that. What a point that is by Watford. And Alessio Dionisi has to be backed by Gino Pozzo and the rest of this recruitment team. What this guy has done with our team so far is nothing short of miraculous. We went into August thinking Saints, Wrexham, West Ham. It's going to be difficult for us to even score a goal, some people were suggesting. And so far, from 2 games, we've got 4 points. What a gaffer we've got. The players like him. The fans like him. The only person now who needs to take responsibility is Gino Pozzo. He needs to open his wallet and spend some bloody money, because this manager has to be backed. I'm so passionate about this because the depth is there for us all to see. They can't hide away from the situation we're in. Omar Traore has gone off with another injury today. We have 3 fit senior defenders. Let me say that again. We have 3 fit senior defenders. We've got a Carabao Cup tie on Tuesday. We've got West Ham on Saturday. That's followed by 2 away games. The Watford fans in the away end look really proud of their team. They're giving them a big round of applause. A lot of claps in there. This team has to be backed. It absolutely does. And if it doesn't happen, then you're more than entitled to go for the owner's throat and call out the nonsense we've seen this summer. They knew at the start of May we would only have Matty Pollock and Kevin Caben as our 2 senior centre-backs. We had Formose Mendy on loan, Gogla Chitse on loan, James Abankwa on loan. This has been coming, yet we're at the end of August with the same situation again. That team should be so proud of the performance, and yeah, I am as well. I'm really proud of what I saw. A great goal from Luca, a real lovely glancing header, and the ball in from Omar Traore was delightful as well. It was a pinpoint cross, and this team has so much potential. So yeah, that's my ramble at the end of the game. In terms of my man of the match, let me stop the timer as well. It looks like the game's still going on. There we go, I've paused it. In terms of my man of the match for Watford, who should it be? I think Ike Bravo was a massive standout. Really impressed with him. Matty Pollock, good as always as well. I'll go with Ike Bravo. I thought he was, fantastic in driving us up the pitch, relieving the pressure. Albert Eames, the young right back from our B team who came on, big credit to him as well. He's come into a pressure situation there and he's not put a foot wrong. So a massive credit to Albert Eames, a big credit to the entire 11, the substitutes, And of course, most importantly, Alessio Dionisi. What a gaffer we have. And he needs to be backed. I'm going to keep saying this so the message gets across. He needs to be backed. He needs players brought in, and not any players, players who can add quality to this first team. He's clearly a genius. To beat Southampton and to get a draw at Wrexham with this squad is superb, and I want to continue this positive momentum. It's 3 games unbeaten now, really. The Crawley result, Southampton victory, and now the Wrexham draw. I want to keep this going for as long as possible. VJ, again, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for watching as well. Really appreciate those of you that tuned in. Flash Wireless, LeBosh, Ollie Sharp, Angie, Jeff. It's been a great stream. And actually, let's look up when the next watch along will be. I'm not sure it'll be too far away. Of course, as we've said, we've got West Ham to come this weekend. 2 home games in the Cup and the League. So yeah, it'll probably be either Swansea on the Tuesday or West Brom on Saturday, the 5th of September. The transfer window would have shut by then, so we'll have the answers to all of our questions. But yeah, in conclusion, a great result. Thrilled with that. And a massive credit once again to the 1,200 Watford fans that made the journey to North Wales. You're way more dedicated than me, put it that way. I'm very happy sitting at home and not making that journey. So yeah, a credit to those of you that travelled. And yeah, we thoroughly deserved that result. I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Keep an eye out for my match reaction. That should be with you later today or tomorrow. And then either Sunday or Monday, we'll have our Peterborough match preview. We've got a Peterborough fan, Charlie, on for that one. And yeah, he gives some good insights into that. They're not very happy with their owner, the Peterborough fans, at the moment. And yeah, they could be looking at a difficult season in League One. So again, a massive thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.